Hey everyone, I'm Howard Pinsky. If you've been following me on Twitter or Dribbble, you may have noticed I've been big into textures and blend modes lately. Sometimes a little bit too obnoxiously, but there's something about them that just gives a nice finish to our designs. Let's take a look at an example. Here we are in Adobe XD with a recreation I've been working on of the iconic Game Boy. And it looks alright, but to really give it that vintage feel, let's add a few textures, starting off with some grain. Since we typically want our textures to blend in with the layers below, I'll duplicate the existing object and then remove any unneeded styles. With that in place, we need an image. And whether it's one from your computer, a plugin, or assets stored in your Creative Cloud libraries, dragging it onto the layer will mask it nicely in place. Next, we'll want this texture to melt away into its surroundings, and that's where blend modes come into play. Each will affect your layers differently, especially if their colors don't match mine, so I would encourage you to experiment. But for this situation, overlay or soft light should work well. Then the opacity can be dialed in to control how strong the effect is. For this first texture, we're after a nice and subtle look. Great. I don't know about you, but my original Game Boy is pretty beat up. So on another layer, let's add in this texture containing a good amount of scratches and marks. Blend mode wise, overlay or soft light can certainly work here, but I really want to emphasize the scratches while letting the white background fade away. So going with multiply or color burn with a decreased opacity will help get me there. I can also double click on the layer or press return to shift and scale the image within the mask to focus on different areas of the texture. Let's tackle one more, focusing on the screen of this device. To add to the vintage feel, I'm going to drag this distressed rainbow lens flare texture over top of the screen. Then, like the other examples, a variety of blend modes can be used to achieve the exact effect you're looking for. And if necessary, styles like borders and inner shadows can be added for additional depth. And that's how textures and blend modes can add a nice sense of depth and finish to your designs. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you do put this to use, definitely tweet me your work. I'd love to see it. Make sure to subscribe for more content, and I'll see you all next time.